that that preacher, was he a preacher or he was a very important, that man that was very important and connected to a very big popular church, that man has been telling everybody. So that important popular church guy that was talking to that guy that could see me through his video camera thing, that important guy confirmed the lady that was getting sick all the time, off and on, and back and forth with sick issues back and forth. And that man confirmed that that lady did go back and forth with getting sick and was really doing really well compared to ever for a while. And then that important church guy found the man that had lost his wife and confirmed that yes, his life is kind of changing around to be more therapeutic for his life situations, or well, for what his life has been through. So that important famous guy, well, he's from like a really popular, famous, really big church. That important guy is running around talking about how those two things are, possible. Highly easily possible. And he's talking about how I do know things that nobody could possibly know. Because just because some man is looking at me through some video camera, how could I know that? Unless he was speaking, how did I know that somebody was looking through that video camera? But I did. So that's getting to that popular, important man. So I drove away. I drove away, and I could hear somebody saying goodbye. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can hear somebody saying goodbye. So I went back to say goodbye again because I had waved. I had waved generically, or I generically waved. But I went back because somebody had said goodbye specifically. And when I went by and I was driving by, I could hear them clear as day saying goodbye. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can hear you saying goodbye. And I can see you through that video camera thing. And that famous church guy's kind of telling people that just the things that I know, you'd have to be something to know. So apparently, according to that popular guy, to be well known through video avenues, you'd have to be something, because how can you know that somebody's watching you on their video camera? You don't know if they're watching you on the camera. You don't know if they're automatically recording on the camera. You don't know if they can see anything or not. You don't know if they're in their living room and that video camera is just recording and is not sensing any motion, so it's not ringing or anything. So the guy was going over that fact. There's no way that anyone would know he was watching me and the car in the first place, because I was not moving the car to make the video make a ring or a ding to say that something is in motion going near the house that he's in. So there was no motion around that would make the video tell him to pay attention to what's outside. And then the guy in the house was not talking and talking and talking. outside of the house. Everything the man did to talk was inside the house where nobody could hear him. And then, like I said, when he did say goodbye, I knew he was saying goodbye. And he was straight through that video camera thing. I couldn't hear anything outside. I couldn't hear anything outside the house. I just knew what was happening from my powers only. If you used a human brain, they would have had no idea how the hell I would know or not know anything. Because the neighborhood was completely quiet. The whole area was completely quiet. There was never once somebody talking where you could put together anything I had said when I made those videos. So that guy's running around telling people that I'm probably real. Since I happen to know I'm real, I don't stress out about that part too much because I would know whether I'm real or not. But it's kind of fun to go through the brain of somebody trying to analyze truth. That was the fun part of that, is that he's really smart, he's really popular. And I could see why he's so famous and popular. He really wanted to understand for himself what is real or not and why. He really wanted to dissect what adds up and what doesn't. Pretty cool.